and welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, this time around in English as you may already have noticed, and today I want to show you 3 different games again, which will be Kignao M, Cricket Beta Challenge and Lost Grimoires 3. My name is Gerald, and as always I've got a couple of different things with me, which is, for instance, this Foldable keyboard. I will be using the Arc mouse in this case, so for mouse input of course, and I will be using of course my Lumia 950 XL, which is a smartphone we are going to use, which is a smartphone with Windows 10 Mobile on it, and this Windows 10 Mobile smartphone can be connected via USB-C with this display dock, for instance, at the start here, and like that we can project more or less this desktop-like experience from our smartphone to this TV, which is of course connected to the display dock in this case. And if you want to know more about that, please have a look at the corner there. There are a couple of other videos where I am going to talk about that a bit more in depth. And yeah, other than that, let's start with the first game. The first game is Kignao M, and Kignao M is a small little game for... Yeah, it's an interesting mashup between something like a tingle game or something, and of course some kind of a Tetris clone somehow. So let's have a look at it. I will first off go to my all apps list here at this place, and I will of course click on it, Kignao M, as you can see. And yeah, let's see how that is played and how it is done. In the end, what you are going to need is some kind of a keyboard, for instance, or at least I am going to play it with it. You can play it in a different way with the smartphone itself too. It depends what you want to use here, and I will use my keyboard to turn off the music, or at least turn it down a little bit. And as you can see, it's German at the moment because my smartphone is German, but I'm trying to translate it to you. What he is telling you is just click on the cube or rotate it, and that will start the game here. As you can see, it's loading now, and yeah, let's see what that is all about. In the end, it's all about those little cubes you can see here, and those little cubes with different different eyes on it and different faces more or less will be the cubes you will have to combine with each other, and then you are going to use it as a little bit like a doodle game or something, but with a Tetris twist to it, so, or the other way around, whatever you want to call it. It's an interesting little thing. It's optically, or from the design and the graphics standpoint, it's not that totally perfect or something, but it's a nice little concept they used here, and I want to show you that. So we can have a look at the options. There's nothing very interesting in there, but let's have a look at that first. If you click on it, you will be able to set up more or less how difficult everything will be. You can turn off and on the music or the volume here, and yeah, that is more or less what you can do here. So let's go back to the start menu, and if you click then on play, of course, we can start the game. And first off, I will turn around for that. It's mediocre, fast-paced, but whatever. And as you can see, there are different levels you can play with this. One of them I already played, the other ones we are going to, or at least a couple of them, or maybe even just one, we will see. I will play here with you. I will use the keyboard as mentioned before, and what you will need is, for instance, the arrow keys here. I think the WASD keys will work too. We will see which one I'm going to use here. And then just go and click here to go to the next level in this case. And after that, you can see you can use the smartphone itself too. And as you can see, those are the little blocks you're going to use here. So these boxes will have those numbers on them. And now you have to use them as more or less a doodle thing. So if you combine numbers with this, or boxes with the same number on them, they're going to add those two numbers and then will go into another box more or less. What you want to do here is you want to get, of course, as many points as you can. I don't know where there, or if there is some kind of an information how many points you need, but in the end, after a while you will have enough points then, and then you are going to go to the next level. And that's more or less what this is all about. It's a little bit of a doodle game, as you can see, so doodling those numbers with each other. And it's a little bit like Tetris, but not really, because you don't have any different shapes or something. You really have only those different numbers with the different eyes here. A little nice touch here is that all the eyes are following the current falling block and stuff like that. It's really funny to have a look at that. And now just try to get a good combination here and try to get as many of the boxes to each other, so of the same kind of course, as you can. So let's see, we have 512, so combine that, and as you can see we get 1004 here. Let's see where we can put that. Of course there's something like a timer level limit, as you can see, and of course if you are going to hit the upper part there, then you will have a problem too. And other than that, just try to get the different numbers next to each other. Let's increase the volume a little bit so you can hear there is some kind of music in there. A little bit annoying sometimes, but whatever, you can shut it down if you don't want to listen to it anymore. And now we just have to wait and hope for better, or at least fitting boxes here. And as you can see, this one was one that was a little bit unfortunate. This one too, because if I would have put it there, it would have been a better choice for me, but whatever, let's try it out. And the problem is I don't really know what the aim of the game is in the end. So it's about getting a certain amount of points here. If you get them, then you're going to go to the next level, but I'm not sure how many points are enough to go to the next level, so I don't know. But in the end, it's a fun little game. If you like to play such doodle games and stuff like that, that might be a good thing. And now that worked pretty nicely. It was a bonus because I got all the different points there, and I think 1024 is more or less the highest number you can go. Okay, 64. You see there can be different combos and stuff like that, which will help you, of course. And if you hit the down button, as in Tetris for instance, it's going to go down faster than before. That was a bonus again. Okay. Yeah, and if it's taking too much time, we will of course skip this here, but for now I think I will try it a little bit longer. And it's all about those doodling stuff, so combining the different boxes here, and I don't think there's much I can tell you any more than that about the game, because it's really that simple. But it really can, yeah, more or less help you to overcome some time or something, because it's really fun to play it somehow, but it's not very hard to play or do anything here. So in the end it's pretty straightforward. And I would say I will play it for, let's say, 3 or 2 more boxes, and if that doesn't make any difference here and we don't see anything new, then I will just skip it at this point. We are of course waiting for high numbers, which are more helpful than small numbers and stuff like that. And now, for instance, to get this solved, we of course need to get another 64 point and another one after that. So it's going to be a little bit hard to get rid of all of these. Okay, let's see. There's another one that will be a good combo.
Kignao.
Kignao. And that seems to be enough for this level. Okay, so as you can see, we got it. I'm still not sure how many of those points I would need. That's a little bit unfortunate. I think they should put it somewhere so I can see what's going on here and much more or how many more of the points I would need. But in the end, it's a nice little game. Try it out if you want to have something that is really, yeah, more or less playable in any situation. And yeah, so I would say let's have a look at the second game. The second game is called Cricket Beta Challenge. It's exactly that. So more or less you are a cricket player with a bat, of course, and you have to more or less try to hit as many of the balls that are thrown at you as you can. This one is a game that can be played with a keyboard again too, so I'm going to use the arrow keys in this case again. And all you really have to do here is, it's really a simple app too, you really have to kick. You really have to use the bat here and try to throw away or hit the different parts here. There's a little bit of advertisement in between here, but nothing special. You can really get rid of it if you want to. Here you could select a different team if you wanted to. I'm not that knowledgeable about cricket and stuff like that. But if you want to, for instance, in this case we are going to play with Australia versus Sri Lanka. In the end it's all the Commonwealth, if you ask me, that is going to play cricket, and most other countries are not, but whatever. And yeah, other than that, this is more or less how to play. So you are going to use the keyboard. Just to let you know, WASD is not working in this case. You really need to use the different arrow keys they are pointing out here to you. And as you can see there, this little kind of points or whatever, and that is where the ball is going to hit. Because in cricket, you know, in cricket you have to let the ball, if you throw it at somebody, bounce once, and then the cricket player needs to be able to try to hit that. And where it's going to be bouncing and when it's going to be bouncing is more or less determined by these little indicators there. And you really have just to look where that is going to be. So if it's on the left side of the play field, you have to click or press the left button, of course. If it's somewhere in the middle, you have to press the forward button, and on the right button, of course. Yeah, and I will turn around again a little bit to be able to play this. It's really not a game that is very complicated or something, so I'm not going to play this through. But just to let you know how that is done and have shown it to you. So just have a look. He's going to throw it, and as you can see, I didn't press anything. Perfect. As you can see, some points was bad from me. Let's see. I always need a little bit of a player here, because there is some kind of an input lag for this game. As you can see, so press it before it is green, and as you can see, you have to press it in the right position, or at the right position to come on. It's actually working. It's just me in this case, and as you can see, there's a little bit of a lot of different. Yeah, now I got it. Okay, first one. Okay, bad one, and wrong button. But as you can see, so you would be able to kick those. Try it again. That's a little bit unfortunate that they are really showing you more or less with each and every click you do Come on. Okay, one. Let's try again. Second one. Okay, that one was too early, but you really have to think about when you are going to try to hit that, and after that you're really just collecting points in this game. And after a while, if you collected enough of these points, you get a higher high score, and that's more or less what this game is all about. You're just going to press those 2 or 3 different buttons there all the time, all over again. And yeah, it's really, really simple in itself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that one was wrong. And somehow they have an extremely high spin and stuff like that in there, so probably that's what's in cricket for it. But as you can see, we got a higher score this time, and this is more or less what the game is all about. Get as many points as you can, get a high score, and that is more or less all that is to this game. Okay, so let's have a look at our last game in this lineup. The last game is called Grimoires 3. It's about an alchemistic family, more or less, and we will have a look at it. It's pretty complex. It's one of the adventure, Wimbledon, or hide and seek images or games that we are going to have a look at, and it's again one of the best games in that genre. And yeah, let's have a look at that. So I will turn around again, so I can watch it with you. All you will need is more or less a mouse in this case. It's good to have a keyboard, because then you can, for instance, input your own name and stuff like that if you want to. But in the end, all you will need for this game is a mouse again. And then Last Grimoires 3 is the name of it. It's of course the German version, because I'm on a German smartphone here. So if there is something German, because the language, which is the sound of the game, is in English, but the different text informations might be in German. I will try to tell you when there's something to be known about, or when you need to know something. So we are going to play this now, so play now, and here is the game. Okay, so, and in the end, they're just telling us that it's good to play with sound. We will do that. Here's a phoenix, and this is more or less what this is all about already, because, yeah, let's have a look.
Memories often fade in the past. The emotions attached to them continue to grow stronger. Devoted to the art of alchemy, for years my homeland blossomed in happiness. But this couldn't last forever. Our enemies struck us like lightning. They came from a place called the Tangled Forest, casting the shadow of fear upon our hearts. We were sickened by these vile creatures that put my kingdom on the brink of destruction. They were led by a sorcerer called Sylvaner. The power of his magic was terrifying. My brother, King Raphael, in an act of desperation, ordered the creation of a weapon, alchemical fire. The Phoenix Kingdom was reborn from the ashes, and its people could once again hope for a better future. But the price we had to pay was enormous.
Yeah, and there we are. So in the end, it's playing, or the story is starting in a faraway land, somewhere in a fantasy setting. And yeah, what this is all about is more or less, you are Alice. Alice is the queen, or the princess, more or less, of this, yeah, in this case, some kind of an empire. And you and your brother have to more or less fight for the empire, and you are attacked at the moment by one of the some kind of an sorcerer, more or less. And the sorcerer has some kind of creature for him. It's more or less a tree or an elm or whatever you want to call that. That is going to try to tangle you and stuff like that. Let's see if we can... No, I don't think there's much to see here otherwise, so let's play. This is more and this would be extras. I'm not sure what more is. Oh, there are settings. Maybe I can even switch it. No, I'm not able to. I can change my name. I will do that. Alice2 in this case. Or better to say, I will put in Fuhur, CG, as always. And yeah, now let's play this. So I'm going to click on play. Here are different difficulty levels. So there's the easiest one, then normal, more advanced, and or better to say, very difficult. And then you can do some custom parts here. I will use simple or easy because I just like the storytelling about this.
Divine forefathers, forgive my intrusion. Please hear my humble prayer. For many days, disturbing visions have been plaguing my dreams. I beg of you, make sure my brother returns safe and sound. Thank you for your guidance while I was governing in his stead.
There's one of the tangled ones.
Divine forefathers, protect us all.
A few hours later.
Still in your nightgown. The ceremony starts soon, my lady.
I didn't sleep well, Quail. I had such strange dreams. I'm terribly worried about my brother.
Unnecessarily. My scouts report that the king's army is just a few hours away. Meanwhile, I suggest putting on your ceremonial armor. It would be more fitting for the occasion. And here's the diadem, made especially for this glorious day. Oh, I should go and oversee the preparations.
Thank you. I will see you later. Hopefully.
Yeah, and now it's our turn. We can play, for instance, the interactive instructions here. We will do that just to show you what's going on here. It's a good way to do that. And yeah, more or less you are Alice or this queen. This is going to be here, or princess, whatever. And in this case we have some kind of a fantasy setting where the phoenix is very important and we are alchemists. So we are going to have to put together different ingredients to create some kind of portion in different ways and to do different things with it. And first off, our first task is more or less to get ready for a ceremony. And for that we have to put together different things. So first off, this diadem here we are going to use. We can have a look at our task at this point. Let's click on that. So first we have to prepare for the ceremony. We are going to do that. And now they're telling you different things here, of course. Just click on them. Here is a phoenix, which is our symbol of our family of alchemists we are in. And in this case we can use this to get a tip where to go next. And we can, for instance, have a look at this kind of part here. And here we can, for instance, see that there is some kind of a painting. And of course a couple of different things like this little amulet here and stuff like that. And we can have a look at our parents in this case, so the father and the mother, who were both really talented in alchemy, and yeah, Raphael, which is our brother, is just telling or saying all the time that we have more or less got our talent to do all the different alchemy things from them. And now just let's have a look at the different parts here. As you can see, there's this little kind of shimmer sometimes. And if we are going to have a look at that, then we can, for instance, click on it and see what's going on, because it's something they want to put our attention to. And now just click through the different things here. So King Raphael has won the battle we saw before, so he fought against the Tangled Ones, and he more or less overpowered the leader of the Tangled Ones, as far as I know. And here's a map we can take with us. We are going to have that all the time at this part if you want to click on that. And yeah, victory. And today everybody gets bread and wine for free. Yeah, and this is a map, so we can see that where we are. That is a blue cross, of course. If something is, yeah, more or less doable in this case, then we have this exclamation mark. This kind of sign here means that we can't access that part, and this one means that we haven't visited that different area there. So just click on that, go in again, and now we can just close a little bit of the stuff down. We can't open at the moment this little box, so we want to find a key for that. And yeah, this is more or less what we can do there. So let's have a look at the part here. This is something we can do very fast. So we have, of course, the diadem, which belongs to the head here. We can have a look at this, where we can have a look how it should look. So there are some kind of armor plates on the shoulders. There is, of course, this kind of phoenix part here, and different other things. So let's collect what we can, and let's try to get the right position. So in this case, we really just have to have the right order, because everything is already here, or we already have most of the stuff. So just put on the different parts here on the little Mama Queen here. And as soon as we have done that, as soon as we have done that, we can more or less wear that by ourselves. So the shoulder armor here, we of course need this kind of phoenix part, put it there. And now something is still missing. No, I don't think so. We are ready.
As expected, this armor is anything but comfortable.
Yeah, not very comfortable, but she has to wear it for the ceremony, of course, and in the end, we might need it later on.
Max, what are you doing here? Did Raphael send you?
Yeah, and there's this little kind of message bird. And as you can see, everybody is celebrating that we won the war and stuff like that, but that is not really the whole story. You will see what I'm talking about later. And yeah, now if you don't know where to go next and stuff like that, just click on tip. I will do that. And they are telling us to have a look at the city part here. And as you can see, this is a model, and that might be interesting for us because there are those little statues, and they are more or less helping us to guard the city. But first off, here is a little key, which of course belongs to the box on our desk here. So we can open that up and have a look at the different things. So here are different letters. There's just a couple of different informations about the whole war situation, and a little bit about background parts.
I had to order my men to run wide tracks into the forest. The player often sits on control.
It's more or less going to be read to you if you are going to play this game. There's a little bit of a problem with it because the music is a little bit too loud, but doesn't matter. In the end, he's just telling you that they are going to go to the war, and that they had to burn down different parts of the forest to win the war. And in this case, his counselors, or whatever that is called, the generals of him, are more or less very, very unhappy that all the men and the different soldiers are just really, really tired already and stuff like that. So it's all different letters from the war, and in the end, after that, he won because he could fight against Sylvain here, which is, I think, the sorcerer. I'm not sure about it. But in the end, by doing that, he could win all the different things here, and because of that, he won the war and will return home. And that is more or less what he is telling you there. So let's get the different parts here. So there is some kind of it's called Siegel in German. I'm not sure. It's more or less something you can put, for instance, on such the letters and stuff like that to get different informations. And here's another one. And yeah, he is giving out bread and wine for free because he won the war, of course, and that is more or less what that is all about. Okay, and here this one is very important later on because there are some kind of tubes in which there will be documents, and if you want to open them, you have to put them there. That's important information for later on. And other than that, let's have a look at the balcony here and talk to the bird, because there is one of the document tubes.
You're probably hungry. I'll bring you some tasty bugs.
Yeah, and the bird is very, very hungry. He needs some kind of bugs, so let's have a look if we can get them. First off, yeah, we can of course get them because here are little fireflies or something in that direction, and we of course can use them to give them to this phoenix-like bird, which I really like somehow. It's a nice looking bird. And yeah, so just let's go to the bird again. And of course, he doesn't want to give us the document tubes there, which we of course want to have. So let's give him some kind of a little treat here. And after that, we should be able to get that, okay? And now we should have a look at that. So go back to that part here. And now you will see the first little mini game which is going to happen here. So there are many different puzzles and mini games in this game. And as you can see, we have 3 different parts which we can rotate here on the tube. And yeah, to open that we should have a look at the different symbols here. So in the red part there is a phoenix. In the yellow part there is more or less a bear or something. And here I think this is a dragon. So to open that up we need to do the same. First off, we need to put in the phoenix. Then we need to put in a bear or something. And then we need to go and put in the dragon. And as you can see, this opened up. We can get that now.
I have reason to believe there are rats in the city who do not wish for me to return from the campaign. I will have to use special measures. Please, do not get involved in this. Traitors will be properly punished.
Yeah, and of course, he thinks that if he is going to be back, so referral,
Does this mean Raphael is back?
he thinks that something is going on
My
there.
lady, a large group of Tangled Ones are moving toward the city. We need to evacuate the people.
Okay, so we are being attacked by the Tangled Ones now.
There aren't enough guards to defend the city. Most of my soldiers are off duty because of the celebrations.
Then we need to defend the people some other way. I remember that my mother invented a mixture that could awaken the guardian statues.
Do you mean those statues by the city walls? If such a recipe were to exist, it wouldn't be written down in a normal alchemy book.
Of course not. Mother would keep it in trunk.
Way ahead of you, my lady. I picked it up from the laboratory on my way here.
Okay.
Do what you must. I will go and lead what's left of the guards to buy you some time.
Okay, as you hear that she's trying to
Where has that
buy
bird
some
gone?
time.
If something happened to it, Raphael would never forgive me.
So, of course, something happened here, so we should later on have a look at that. But first off, let's try to open this up. To open it, we need this kind of stamp here, put it in there, and we can now take a couple of different things out of it. The alchemy part here, the back, is always available for us at this point. We will need it later on often. And now let's have a look at where the bird was. There is something he left, so let's take that. We will need that later on too. And now go back and let's have a look at the painting. She told us that there would be something behind the painting. So another little game here. At the moment it's too small. We need to use the magnifier glass here to make it bigger to see something. And now, as you can see, there's a phoenix fire secret in here. But what we need to do? We need a feather, or do we need some kind of a beacon, or do we need some kind of a claw? And more or less, of course, that one is already available, so use that. And now we just have to position it in the right way. As you can see, there are 3 different parts here, and we have to match them with the larger parts around that. So the wings really need to match. So 3 of them, of course. So put this in. This should be fine, because as you can see, those seem to be matching now. So the next one might be something like this, but that's not going to take it or be okay. So let's try it. This is the right way. Okay, and now we got something here. We can open the part and get 3 different things out. So this is more or less a recipe, the first one we have, and that one is later on available in our alchemy bag here. And we have to go there first. I don't know why we can't pick this stone up. We need to do it later on, but whatever. So click on this to get the recipe, and now we can, for instance, try to make this new portion here. For that we will need some kind of fruit. I'm not sure what that is called in English, Kaktusfrucht or Feigen in German. Then there is of course this kind of oil we need, and the stone we saw before to more or less brew the portion we have seen there. So go back to this, get the stone, take it with us, and now we need a couple of different other things. So first off, here is some kind of a handle for our sword, and as you can see, there is a sword here. It's too damn sharp to just hold it like this, but we can of course use the sword handle now and grab it like this, take it with us, very important for later on. And we can of course, or better to say very important for now more or less, because as you may already have seen, here are some kind of fruits on this plant, and for getting that let's use our sword to cut them off. If you try it without that, then she's telling you that you really have to be very careful about it and get them. And now the sword is gone, and it's really a pain in the ass that it's gone. It would have helped that much later on, but she just throws it away for some reason or the other. Okay, whatever. And yeah, now we need one more thing, the oil. And oil, of course, is, for instance, in this little cube. You already saw that. We can put this on there. Okay. We can put this on there, open it, and just get some of the oil out there. And like this, we have all the ingredients for our first portion. To do that now, just go to this part and bring all the different ingredients to the right place here. And as you can see, we got our first portion ready. Now there's a little small game we have to do here. It's more or less one of those 4 to win games or 3 to win games, but a little bit different. You have to connect them. So just do it like this, later on at least. So do it like this, and as you can see, by dragging them, you will be able to get them. And at the top here you can see this is the aim you have to put in. This is how many steps you can, or how many rounds you can play this with. And here's a limit of rounds, and the faster you are, the better, of course. And now just try to get all of the different parts here. And one more red one. And we should be fine to go. So this should be it. We got it in the allowed rounds, and like that we got our mixture of the awakening, and or this portion of the awakening, and we can now take that back for later on. And so next one is a little bit tricky to find, so we will click on this to see what she wants us to do. What we should do now is, of course, use this portion in this part, put it in there, and now we got this little violet or whatever parts there, and as you can see, our little friends are coming to be alive and help us by defending the city. But it's not that easy, we have to work for that. And how do we have to work for it? We have to, for instance, play this little game. It's more or less like those little children games you know of from when you were a child. There you could, for instance, move around different positions here. It doesn't matter if one of the positions is in between somewhere you don't want it to be. All you really have to know is that you can move them around, and what you will need to do is you have to push all the different enemy parts, so the tangled ones are those, to the outer parts here, and all the different other ones, so your soldiers and stuff like that, should be here. And that is more or less because the enemy is already in the city, and we have really to throw him out again. Okay. So first off, just move around those. You can only move them on this little yellow lines or violet lines, of course. And like that, try to get all the different guys up here. It can be easy, it doesn't have to. As you can see, those are now at the right positions, but we of course need to bring all of the different enemies and so on to the upper positions there. So let's see how we can do that. It's not totally easy, not extremely hard neither, but again, you might need some tries to do that. I'm not sure if I can do it in a very fast way at the moment, but we will see. That's not good. Try it like this. I don't think you can jump this or go faster with this, unfortunately. Maybe he can help us? Yeah, we can, for instance, overjump that. You already know how that is played. I would have to tangle with it or play a little bit with it again and again.
The guardian statues came to life. The mixture really works. What are your orders, milady?
Take me to the courtyard. I need to be with my subjects.
Can't be serious. As the captain of your guard, I cannot allow you to...
And as a loyal friend,
Stubborn as always, eh? All right, let's go. I will guard your back.
Yeah, and now we are going to head into the city to a new place. I will show you that, but we are not going to play it through because it's really taking a lot of time.
The tangled ones are already inside the city. Look out! My lady, it's poison. I can't go on. You must leave before...
I won't leave you here, Quail. Stay still. I'll tend to your wound.
I can hold on for a little while. Look, a girl is trapped there. She needs your help more than I do.
Yeah, and now it would go on. As you can see, the tangled ones are already in the city. We need to get rid of the tangled ones first, or better to say, do different things to get rid of them and help the little child there. We are going to help the different guards that are fighting here. As you can see, one of the guards is already overpowered. We need to get him free again and do different things here. We could play this game for quite a long time longer, but I think we will stop it here because the episode is already long enough. And I would say this is more or less what the game is all about. There are going to be different hide and seek games, there are going to be puzzles all over the place. We of course have to do different tasks here, and I would say try it out. It's really a good game again, and it really has potential and is fun to play with a good storyline and quite nice painted of course too. So try it out and hope you have fun with it. Yeah, and I would say that concludes the episode in this week, or for this week. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I hope you had a great time here. Hopefully you you have found one of the games very useful or very fun and want to play it again too. So try it out. And other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you liked the video. And of course, put in a comment in the commentary section down below. And if you didn't subscribe till now, do it now. And other than that, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. We will see us in the next episode next week. And other than that, see you and bye. Bye.